Hi, Mother.
Hi,
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Denise Curtis, mother of Brianna Curtis, fellow senior high school student, class of 2014.
Yes, ma'am. Just ask you a few questions about your neighborhood and how long you've been here. So, what neighborhood or ward do you live in?
I would live in Ward 4 in the Petworth neighborhood in northwest Washington, D.C.
hmm How long have you been here, you and your family, in this neighborhood?
My husband and children live in this house in this neighborhood for 13 years, and I grew up maybe about 5 minutes away and lived there basically all my life. So I've been in the area all my life.
What was the neighborhood like back when you were young?
When we was younger, our neighborhood was predominantly African American families with a lot of children and different, it ranged from low income families to middle class families, and it was a good network of neighbors.
What was your favorite thing about your neighborhood in the past and now?
My favorite thing of neighborhood growing up was the connection our neighbors had. We had a lot of kids on our block. It was a very long block, and we all played together. We had kids playing. The boys would play out in the street, playing football in the street. The girls would play double dutch in the parking spaces every time a car would move. The younger kids were playing. Riding their bikes and big wheels on the sidewalk. All the neighbors were outside, always talking to each other. I remember the year that the Redskins won the Super Bowl in the 80s. Almost half the neighborhood was outside watching it on the porch on TV. So we had a good connection with different families. And the neighborhood now has changed quite a bit. What I like about the neighborhood now is the convenience, and that we're in between 3 metro stops and buses easy to get to. Columbia Heights and Georgia Avenue has built up, so there's a lot of retail and amenities available in the district that wasn't before.
Mm-hmm. Have the neighborhood changed over the years?
How has it changed?
Yes.
Mainly because there have been more higher income families moving into the neighborhoods, and it's been like an influx. I guess they're moving to the city for more convenience from living out in the suburbs. But what that has done is drive the prices of the houses up. So the housing prices have increased, and so has the taxes. And some schools have closed down, and not and they seem to have want to take over the neighborhood instead of trying to integrate into the neighborhood.
Does that make you feel that gentrification plays a part in your new changes you see?
Most definitely, because there has been more Caucasian families that moved in, and like for instance, in our block, I think we have like 7 houses. When we moved here 13 years ago, the whole neighborhood was predominantly African American, and now only 2 families on my side of the block houses are owned by African Americans, and the schools have improved, but a lot of times we feel like that was because of the new diversity, that's been infiltrated into the schools, which I think could have been done with was just still predominantly black. So they've changed the neighborhood, some benefits, but also feels like some of these changes could have took place without a new, I guess, culture.
Right. What would you change about your neighborhood?
I think we should have more playgrounds for the kids because Isaiah's school up the street, Barnard, has a nice playground, but they lock the gates after school's closed, so the neighborhood kids don't have access to it. Rudolph down the street was closed, and the charter school, I think the Latin school, remodeled the school, but they took away the playground, and we don't have access to a playground. I think another thing I would change is if more people took more pride in maintaining the outside of their home would be nice. Take more pride in their homes, and you kind of tell the new neighbors coming in because the houses are nicely remodeled versus the older neighbors who haven't done that much work on their houses. That's the aesthetics for our neighborhood. But other than that, I think if I really don't know my neighbors like I did when I was growing up in my old neighborhood. So I know everybody has busier schedules and everybody's technology driven now. That plays a big part in it, but there's no neighborhood connection like it was when I was growing up.
Would you like to see more of that in the future?
I would, and I'm sure they would say, well, why don't you head that up? Well, just like everybody else, my plate is full, but I guess we could think of something, to try to bring camaraderie amongst the neighbors.
All right. Thank you, Mother, for your time.
You're welcome.